Okay, so Matt Dillon has returned for his second appearance on MCJ Report. So first and foremost, welcome back, Matt. Matt has been outspoken, standing up for freedom, civil liberties, and standing against the tyrannical demands of the Premier of Western Australia, Mark McGowan, who I would describe as unhinged, absolutely unhinged, a person who is so far separated from the common man and woman. Once again, just another example of somebody that has absolutely no business serving in public office. Matt has been active at protests, and he told me there's actually a protest taking place in Perth on the weekend, so I certainly wish everybody the best for it. I hope the police don't use the same type of antics that we see here in Victoria, as in, smashing people's heads in, beating people with the barrel of rifles, but we're not going to get into that. I have here an interview with Matt. It goes for about 9 minutes. We talk about everything Western Australia. I'm going to play it for you right now. All right, we are joined here once again by Matt Dillon from Perth, Western Australia. Matt, welcome back to MCJ Report. Now, let's just get stuck straight into it. We're seeing some very outlandish demands from your Premier over there, Mark McGowan. We see a range of different vaccine mandates being rolled out. Some very, in my opinion, they're all very, very questionable. But we've seen actually year 12 graduates being imposed with a mandate to go to schoolies. Can you talk to us a little bit about what's going on over there?
Yeah, that's right, Morgan. If you want to attend Schoolies Week this year, you'll have to have at least one dose to attend the official end of year leavers celebrations in Dunsborough. Yeah, which is quite disturbing.
Yeah, it's very disturbing. Now, can you talk a little bit about the other demands, the timelines? I know that there's mandates put out for people in the mining industry. What's going on with all that?
Yeah. All right. So the first mandates we had were for the healthcare workers. They came in Tier 2 October the 1st. Tier 2 was November the 1st. Everybody to be fully dosed by December the 1st. And last week, Mark McGowan announced that all FIFO workers need to have at least one dose by December the 1st. Now, that's 140,000 plus workers.
And how is it being received? Is there a lot of pushback in the community, or what's going on?
Yeah, I've already noticed on Facebook and Telegram new pages being set up. So there's a Facebook page called WA Workers Against Western Australian Government. So they're fighting, well, they've got everyone on board. So FIFO workers, healthcare, they're fighting for everyone, much like you and me and, our other like-minded people are trying to do. As I've discussed with you, my wife falls under one of those mandates, and she has until the 1st of November to have her first dose. And I'm not too sure what she's going to do.
Yeah, it's a very it's a very disturbing time for a lot of people. A lot of people put in a very difficult position. Is there any action taking place maybe in the legal arena that you think looks promising over in your neck of the woods?
Well, G&B lawyers have been in discussion with some of the FIFO guys to work out how they proceed with the case. As we know, it takes a lot of money to get one of these things off the ground. So just going to see how it rolls, really. You really need people to come on board. We need as many people out this Saturday at the rally. We need big numbers. We need people that were sitting back thinking, oh, shouldn't go. You need to come out and support. You really, really do.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's absolutely a duty for people to get out and express their strong disagreement with the government. Now, what's going on in other areas such as the Western Australia border?
Well, Mark McGowan, he's still going to keep our borders shut. he wants the 80% double dose vax rate. We're looking at maybe Easter next year when our borders open up. But what I find quite funny is that he says when people say you can't eliminate the virus, they have a short memory. The Andrews government, they do what it takes to eliminate the virus. Dan Andrews has the template. Well, how's it going for you guys over there?
Well, yeah, it's not going at all. We're having lots of positive PCR test results, but now it's not it's over here. It's not about eliminating the virus, but it's about jabbing as many people as possible against their will. Now, it was the Prime Minister, Matt, that came out himself, who said that it would be left up to businesses to make the determination whether or not they wanted to impose mandates for the COVID jab. Yet we see Daniel Andrews going the other direction and taking it upon the government to issue the mandate. We see much the same with your radical, unhinged so-called leader over there, Mark McGowan. Why do you think these premiers are taking these mandates into their own hands?
Well, I've got it on good authority that the reason Mark McGowan is they're mandating us at the moment is that our uptake is so slow.
Yeah.
As we all know, it's what the premiers are doing is unconstitutional. We need these cases in New South Wales to bear some fruit for us all and see where we all stand.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know that there's some legal action taking place in New South Wales in the Supreme Court, so we hope for some success there. There's a lot of lawsuits in the works, but of course these things all take time. And I think to myself, what's it going to take for there to be some sort of big strike? Maybe not even necessarily a protest, but what's it going to take for Aussies to just stay at home and say we're not going to be dictated to like this? What do you reckon?
Well, I can tell you that the FIFO workers are looking at having a national strike, which I think is what we really need. We need to shut down the ports in Western Australia, stop the loading of iron ore, and then the government will truly wake up and realise who has the power. We have the power, not the government.
Oh, 100%. Western Australian ports shut down, the country shuts down, and
exactly.
You'll have the ultimate bargaining power. So what's it going to take to get through to, I don't know, the mining industry, or I suppose it's a bit of a nexus. You need the trucks to deliver the resources to the ports. You need the workers at the ports. What's it going to take for everyone to work together?
That's a hard question, Morgan, and we've seen on a national scale that it's hard to get people to come together. You know, there's so many different social media groups. I don't know whether we take this to another platform like to the newspaper, or we take out an ad through the mainstream media or something to try and get everyone together. I don't know. You got any ideas on that?
Yeah, we're trying to think of new ideas every day as we see the emergence of some decent new unions. But anyway, before we wrap the show up, Matt, is there any last messages that you'd like to get out to Australia and also our international audience?
Look, I just really want people of Perth and across Australia this Saturday to get out in numbers. If you've got friends that have been thinking of going, grab them and come out. My wife is going to come for the first time this weekend. My kids are going to come this weekend because they realise how important this is. Not just fighting for ourselves, I'm fighting for my kids and my grandchildren. I'm not having this imposed on them as they go through life. Just no way.
Okay, absolutely. So where is the location and what time this Saturday?
So 12 o'clock in Forest Place in Perth City, which is where we had our last rally. I'll send you a couple of videos later from a previous rally with we had the pro-vax crowd at our last rally, labelling us fascists, just like Mark McGowan labelled us fascists as well. So if you're a freedom fighter, you're a fascist.
So you're a fascist for opposing government overreach and the removal of your rights. That makes you a fascist.
Exactly.
It boggles the mind, doesn't it? It absolutely
It
boggles
does,
the
mate.
mind. I mean, who are these people? Unbelievable.
Tyrants, that's what they are.
My goodness. All right, well, Matt Dillon, you're doing a great job there. So this Saturday, if you're in Perth, go out, make your voice heard. Don't let the government trample on your rights. And Matt Dillon, we'll do a recap after the rally to see how it all went. So thank you very much for your time.
Awesome. Thanks, Morgan. And thanks to your viewers. And stay strong, everyone.
Thanks, mate. I'll chat to you soon. Bye.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks a lot.
All right, a big thank you to Matt Dillon. Matt, thank you very much for standing up and making your voice heard. I wish you and everybody in Perth the best of luck for this Saturday at the protest, and we hope to have you back on the show really soon.